Greetings, Reggie Middleton, Tuesday, October 20th, continuing my video blog on the impending banking down cycle, crush. I hate to call it crash, but banking and the fire industry in general, that's finance, insurance, and real estate, are going to a steep cyclical downturn. So, something I haven't done in quite some time, I happen to be in a Mercer Hotel, and I'm looking at the analog news. And what do we see here? The money investing page, Wall Street Journal, trading woes hit Morgan Stanley. Financial Times, Morgan Stanley profits fall 40% after rocky quarter. They fell sequentially, quarter on quarter, and year on year. Like the last video, not just Morgan Stanley, Goldman Sachs, Citibank, JP Morgan, not just trading. Asset management, actually all revenue sectors took a fall. Certain banks did some certain machinations that made profits look higher by cutting very important costs, and others were subsidized by the FDIC insured accounts and consumer businesses. That's not going to last long. So, let's go to the Wall Street Journal. Trading woes hit Morgan Stanley. And related, Blackstone leads deal for iconic property. Now, the BlackRock Group purchased and flipped the Stuyvesant houses in New York. Very big property, I think it's what, 11,000 units for $5.6 billion. These are rough numbers. Right at the exact height of the property bubble. This 2007. I remember writing an article, one of my first articles in Bloomberg's blog, where I was actually saying that these guys out of their mind. You're at the top of a bubble. I was one of the very few guys who said we're at the top of the bubble. The bubble popped exactly as anticipated. It had nothing to do with my intellect. 2 plus 2 does not equal 65. But they were managed to flip it, and they actually made money from it. They are now, it's not they, Blackstone, right, is now entering a similar deal and buying this property for just about the same price, $5.4 billion, at the top of the bubble again. So, what does trading woes hit Morgan Stanley and this extremely expensive Blackstones that come BlackRock deal have in common? Well, the reason why I told everybody on the Max Kaiser show at the beginning of the year that rates would not rise is because the banks truly can't afford it. Yes, it is said that they want rates to rise to increase their net interest margin, NIM, which is basically the difference between the price that they get money at and the price that they lend money at. When rates rise, theoretically, their margins rise because they can charge more for it. In reality, when rates rise, it also puts pressure on their existing balance sheet and the properties that are there. We still have significant foreclosure issues, real estate owner issues. All the junk from the 2007, 2008, 2009 crisis that the Fed couldn't unload from them is still on the balance sheet. You increase interest rates, that pressure is exacerbated. Anybody who has been in a house or who hasn't paid mortgage payments for 3, 4, 5, 6 years, anybody who's in the mortgage flipping business or the real estate flipping business knows exactly what is sitting on bank balance sheets. Okay, so you have a lot of people who are disagreeing with this perspective, particularly a lot of bank executives who say in their quarterly reports that, hey, CMBS, commercial mortgage-backed securities, and RMBS, residential mortgage-backed securities, have very, very favorable metrics, credit metrics. The delinquencies are going down, late payments are going down, blah, 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 blah. But that's misleading, you see, because they're about to skyrocket and shoot up. Any clients or anybody who wants to become a Veritasium client can get a hold of the research. I'll give it to you freely once you decide to do business with Veritasium with our new distributed trading platform. But in a nutshell, here's a freebie. In 2007 and 2008, we had the height of the real estate bubble. You had these 7, 8, 9-year contracts, the CMBS, RMBS. They were written at over 100 LTV often, at prices that were unattainable and will not come back anytime soon and are not here now. 7 years, 8 years, 9 years from 2007 lands you right about 2015, 2016. So, when these come due and it's time to pay back the principal, it's not going to get paid back. Delinquencies are going to skyrocket, credit metrics are going to plummet, and things are going to look a lot worse. And while you're having these trading woes at Morgan Stanley, at JP Morgan, at Citibank, and when you have interest rates which go up or down, the bank's gonna have a problem either way. Add this to the mix, boom. Okay, next up, we're gonna discuss Veritasium trading. I'm gonna walk you through a trade with our legacy client, which we're deprecating because we're going for HTML. I can show you how to short Morgan Stanley, JP Morgan. I can show you how to hedge real estate risk through Veritasium. A whole bunch of things. Very cool stuff. Okay, reach out to me. Reggie@veritasium.com.
And leave it to contrarian badass Reggie Middleton.
Reggie walks in looking really cool. He's got a Google Glass on, and I'm like, man, that's cool. And
did he walk like that?
Yeah, he walked like that. That's how you walk if you've got Google Glass on. Everyone walks real cool.
Reggie Middleton.
Reggie Middleton.
Reggie Middleton.
Reggie Middleton.
Oh, he doesn't mince his words. We're talking about Reggie Middleton.
So far ahead of everybody and so detailed, and then he started warning about Bear Stearns and Lehman. Well, he was so far ahead of the curve, I actually thought he was nuts.
He called the housing crash. He called the collapse of Bear Stearns and Lehman Brothers. He's been harping on the crisis in the Eurozone banking system for years now, so he's just the guy to talk to.
He told us how 0% interest rates were starving the banks that it was designed to save. Now, at the time, you were the only analyst in the world to mention that it would starve the banks, and you've been proven correct.
Reggie Middleton, who nailed Facebook, by the way.
Crown the champion, the winner of the first ever CNBC Stocks Draft.
Yay!
Reggie Middleton.
It was Google, which was up by 46%.
Reggie!
Well done, Reggie Middleton. But you know what, Reggie? This is a double amazing feat, because last year you won as well.
I mean, not to be impolite, but what makes you so special that they all want to read your blog?
I can step on toes and be objective and offensively honest.